Good evening, ma'am. How are
Yeah,
you?
good evening. Yeah, I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking. And what about you?
I'm doing great. So, can you
Great.
introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Before introducing myself, I would like to thank you a lot because you have been trying to having this conversation along, no? So this is a fine day. We'll connect here. So let me introduce myself. As you already know my name, I'm Priya. I'm from Tamil Nadu. I'm doing my graduation on final year, especially in the Department of BA English Literature, and I run a YouTube channel named called PRIYA'S English World, where I can post spoken English related content videos and personality development like it is. So my hobbies are listening music, reading books, everything is regarding English because I'm so passionate to learn this language. So that's it little bit about myself. Now it's your turn. I'm eagerly waiting for your introduction too.
That's wonderful, ma'am, to be part of this video interaction. So, I have watched your videos, and through one of your videos, like English with Banu, I come to know about you, and then I started having a conversation with you. Let me start my introduction. My name is Vamshi, and I'm from Telangana. Uh, I have done my post graduation in Palamur University in English Literature and Language. I'm currently staying in Nagarkarnal district, and I was making videos same as like you in YouTube. I was just started, and I love to interact with people like strangers, and I love to connect with them so that I can have some uh, information about them and also improve myself socially. So this is about me, ma'am. And also, when it comes to my hobbies, I like to read books and also sometimes writing poetry.
Wow, amazing. So happy to know about yourself and that you have mentioned you to have a YouTube channel where you can post conversation related videos. So what is your channel name?
Yes, ma'am. My channel name is Srinivasa Tutorials. This is the first interaction, yeah, ma'am. This is the first interaction video, the conversation video, I think. But before that, I have posted, I think, 11 to 12 shorts and one long video.
Okay, which means solo videos, isn't it?
Um,
You have posted solo videos. This is your first video. I'm so happy that you are making the conversation with me as a first host for your channel. So thank you so much. Okay, do you have any questions you can ask? I would love to answer it.
Yeah, ma'am, there are commonly asked questions by learners, and also me too, I believe as a learner. So here I have multiple questions. So let's go one by one, and I hope you will answer these questions. First question is, ma'am, many people think learning a language means uh, translating from our mother tongue to the English language. Let's say we are learning English language, but they have some misconceptions like translating sentences because it takes a lot of time. So how do they challenge that and let them create their own sentences without thinking? Let's say thinking. So how can they make it very effective and efficient way?
Okay, perfect question. Yes, I would love to answer this question too. Actually, if the person, one who decided to learn English, in the beginning stage, most of the people commonly face this problem, which is translating into our native language and then we'll speak English. So it's natural. It's not like it's a big mistake. Okay, it's eventually happen when we are a beginner. So what we should do is, first of all, we should want to overcome from that mistake means we have to surround ourselves by English, like listen, read. Even we have to do walk in English and talk in English like that. Then only this problem will be rectified because mostly we get interacted with people who speaks native language like your mother tongue Telugu. In my surroundings, I'll have Tamil people. So if we want to learn this language, if we want to translating our mother tongue into English, first of all, we have to surround ourselves in English. Then the second point, which is very crucial, which is you have to start to think in English. Thinking in English is the one of the best tool which every English learners should want to incorporate in their English journey. Once you incorporate thinking in English, then you will see the difference that you can speak English and you will reduce the mother tongue influence as well as the translating problems too. So these are the tips for beginners especially. And next.
Great tips, madam. I appreciate the way you spoke about it. And also, the second question is many people have this misconception also. Words don't come to my mind. I will be fumbling it a lot of times. So, what is your perspective according to what's not coming to the mind at the exact time? So, how can we deal with that kind of situation?
Yes, good question. So when I was a beginner, I too face this problem. So this problem will happen lack of practice. One who doesn't practice regularly for long, which means we have to fix a separate time. We have to allow the time for practice too. Here you can see a lot of English learners have the interest to be fluent in English. So they just indulge themselves in learning English, like listening a lot of things in English, reading, writing, everything they are doing. But when it comes to practice, speaking, they will not doing that. They only giving little amount of time for speaking, but they will expecting the result very soon. So there itself, they are struggling. While they are speaking English, they forgot the words, they fumble a lot. Even I too faced. I have rectified my mistake just by practicing regularly. So you can see me, now I'm speaking with this amount of confidence means everything is practice, consistency. If you practice, if you maintain the key consistency, definitely you will overcome from these problems.
Great to hear that, ma'am. And my third question is, this problem is exactly happening with me a lot of times. Because I face this issue, I come to know this when I applied to certain platforms called Clapping, as I told you earlier. There are certain platforms, Clapping Go, English Yari, and when I went there and given my application, they are rejected me because of my pronunciation. So it doesn't make sense at all for me before that, because I don't know. I was thinking I am perfect at conversing and making words clear to them, but they are expecting even more than that of that. But I was like, so this is a thing which happens with everyone, because everyone thinks that there is everything good with their English, but when the actual problem is pronunciation, that leads to professionalism. So I want to share with this thing about with you. So how could you deal with such kind of problem and how to learn this step by step?
Okay, before telling this solution for you, so I would like to know about even more better that you have said you have applied Clapping Go and English Yard something. So why did you apply that? For tutor job purpose or for learning purpose?
Yeah, ma'am, for tutoring students, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, this is the same question which was also asked by one of my subscriber too. So that person also should apply. You can whatever the things you have mentioned. I think that is English Yadi something. But he got also rejected because of his pronunciation. As we are English learners, English is our not a native language especially. It is a second language that we are learning. So definitely we will have the mother tongue influence. If we want to overcome from the problem means we have to follow some techniques in order to expand our pronunciation, improve our pronunciation too. Especially when it comes to pronunciation. So currently I am doing these kind of activities in order to improve my pronunciation. The first thing is I started to read loud. So how we are starting to read loud means that is going to help you a lot, because we are just pronouncing the word. It just help us to habituate to speak in English, because our jaw lines only habituated to speak our mother tongue. When it comes to English, it is not easy task. It is not a piece of cake too. Definitely speaking in English is daunting task for those who are learning English as a second language. So if you want to improve your pronunciation, start start read out loud and tongue twisters. Yes, got it. Tongue twisters. Most of the people would suggest me practice tongue twisters. You will improve a lot. But in my personal opinions, it is not working for me. But when it comes to loud reading, it would helpful for me a lot. So then we will have to follow practice only. We have to consume our content in native English, because We are beginners, so we consume the English content in a beginning way. If we want to improve our pronunciation, we have to choose the content to in native language. Then only we will observe and will try to imitate, and our pronunciation naturally get improved. Yeah.
That's ma'am, another thing which learners and me also confronted this when I was learning. So I was thinking like everyone will think grammar is essential for speaking English or not. So if it is, so how far we should learn? How much grammar is needed and how much is not needed? So if it is that, what would your opinion and perspective?
Okay, when it comes to grammar, it is a phenomenal question because a lot of English learners would face these problems when they started learning in English in their journey. Especially, I have seen a lot of videos. Most of the English tutors would suggest that grammar is not needed when you are a beginner, like that. But when it comes to my personal opinion, without grammar, how could you speak? How could you frame a sentence? If I make any mistakes in tenses, if I speak future instead of past means the meaning was completely collapsed. No. So I think grammar is must, but we don't need to learn the deep grammar. We only know the basic grammar for speaking. So according to my perspective, I would suggest you to learn basic grammar, especially when it comes to tenses, verbs, and preposition, like these kind of things are okay. But when you are a beginner, you don't concentrate on that lot much of grammar. When you are in intermediate level, when you have the confidence to speak English, but you are making some mistakes while you are speaking, especially in the grammatical part, then you should have to work on your grammar. So this grammar is must, but not that much.
And also when it comes to vocabulary, ma'am, we have this like we face issue like when we try to speak, we search for words, for good words to get impressed by others. So is that true? Like if we use some ultra modern words that we get inspired, impressed by others. So how could you? Have you ever faced this challenge, or have you ever noticed in anybody, in anybody?
Yes, of course, I have faced this problem, especially to enrich our vocabulary. Because when we attain our fluency, not perfect manner, but we will able to speak means, then the problem is under the vocabulary part. So I have faced this issue. So I try to maintain a separate notebook for vocabulary. I start reading and I just wrote a lot of new words with their vocabulary meaning, synonyms, antonyms, along with their example sentences too. But when it comes to a practical way, while I'm speaking, I forgot those words. The words wouldn't come to my mind. Then after I realized my mistake, I recognized the thing. Okay, if I want to enrich my vocabulary means, first of all, I have to listen a lot. Once I listen a content, and the one more thing is choose any one video or one content in English. Just listen it, observe it, how they are speaking, how they are articulating their words. For first time, you will just focus on meaning. And second time, if you repeat that video again means you will just focus how they are speaking, what kind of words they are using. And third time, you are notice that okay, how the body languages and how they are gestures, everything you will notice and observe too. So that's the way you have to learn vocabulary. You don't need to write a word along with the sentence meaning. Don't maintain any, I think don't need to maintain any vocabulary notebooks too. Everything is practical. If we just listen the word over and over again, naturally the time pass, it will be habituated in our speaking journey. So I'm just noticing the improvement in my journey too. Because I have learned overwhelming, incorporate, rejuvenate, these kind of words when I was a beginner. Just I noted along with the meaning in a separate notebook. When it comes to speaking, I won't use. But right now, when I'm watching the content, when the speakers are using these kind of words especially, it just automatically get into my subconscious mind. So this was the practical method. And you can also use flashcards. It also a best method to improve your vocabulary.
That's wonderful, ma'am. And also, I have this last question. Shadowing technique. We heard this many times. Shadowing technique. Is it necessary to recommend someone who is like beginner is it necessary to follow shadowing technique at once when we are in beginner stage?
Okay, this is the most frequent question. Most of the learners nowadays, this topic is really viral, getting viral, no? But when it comes to my point of view, shadowing is a best technique to improve your speaking skill, pronunciation, your structural sentence of the part, everything is workable. But when it comes to me, but I didn't follow any shadowing technique. Instead of that, I just listen a lot. Then if I get attracted to some sentence, some phrase or idioms, I just imitate like that. Okay, I would just start to imitate like them, that person like that. But I won't follow any shadowing technique. This was my personal experience. So if you are asking me, you or talk about something related to shadowing technique means I don't have the experience, so I'm speechless. So what about you? Do you have the habit of shadowing in your life,
Um,
especially in your English journey?
I have never used to it, but I tried a couple of times, but it didn't work out. Like I completely watched the native videos, native language speakers, so it didn't work out that way. But I'm trying.
Okay.
So
I think it is also some difficult task to do, no?
like it's
Copying
uh,
something, yeah.
mimicry is a kind of mimicry, I think. So
Yes, yes, of course.
ma'am,
I think
let's
now
talk
is the
about your
famous.
let's talk about your education, ma'am. So how did you get into, as you said, you are BA English literature. So how did
Yes,
you get into that degree? So what make you choose BA literature?
yes. So when it comes to my education part, so right now I am in my final year. Yes, I already mentioned you that I am doing B English literature. So when I was studying 12th standard, that itself I decided I found out the passion with my heart that okay, English is my niche. I had a lot of interest towards English language. But when I told this thing to my parents, they just refused it. So my father would suggested me to do BSc mathematics, but I won't like mathematics. I never like mathematics. But after that, I came to realize my strength, passion, my interest too. So then I joined English literature. Actually, I'm really enjoying these graduation days, especially. So that's why I have started my English journey. I'm improving too.
That's great. You're following your passion. And also, I found out one of your videos, like you are mentioning, you're also training people about manifestation. So how did you get into this? And it's a really wonderful thing to have in our life. It's training, and also it's needed for everybody to inculcate those manifestation in everybody's life. So how did you get into that, and what made you to learn about it? And you are spreading the knowledge of manifestation, and some other things are also you're doing.
Yes,
What
law of attraction, gratitude. Yes, yes. Of course, this is my favorite topic. I would love to answer this question for you. First of all, when it comes to manifestation, so I'm not training any people separately, okay? I'm just uploading videos on my channel. Whatever the things I experimented in my life, I heal the results. So I'm just give a proof and video like it is. So how did I came to know about it? If you ask this question to me, miss, it's all about book. The book name is called The Beauty of Purpose in Life. This was the first book which I read completely in my English journey, especially because I am the person who ate reading books. So, but it was my first book. I started reading it. So the author is Shala Parvin. She was my favorite author. She was my inspiration too. So when I watched her videos, I got inspired by her. In her video, she shared about law of attraction, manifestation, gratitude, these kind of stuffs. But I never followed anything in my life. I just watched her video in that time. But when I started to reading her book, it would change my life because while we are reading, we just imagine ourselves. No, we just create an imagination in our mind while we are reading. So I just thought it. Why don't we get to try it? Why don't we just try to incorporate the manifestation in our life like that? So that's how my curiosity was started, and I have applied manifestation. Then eventually, I just come to know about law of attraction, and one of the book called Gratitude, which was written by Rhonda Byrne. So 28 days challenge for gratitude I have taken in my channel especially. So most of the people who joined with me, and they also started this challenge, and they also yield results too. So we'll see the visible result through our eyes, no. So it
Yeah.
gives a lot of happiness, that feeling sensation. I think I don't have words. I can't even have the words to describe about my happiness and feelings towards this topic, because it's all about personal experience. It's not about something scientifically proven something. Depends upon the person's feelings, energy, their thoughts, it will be activated.
Yeah, it's like astonishing because somebody, it's a very unique thing to choose such topics. Nobody gets into it usually. So that's
Yes.
amazing. Do you have any questions now from your side?
Yeah, I have a question. So this is the first video for your channel, no?
Yeah.
So what is the motive of uploading this video on your channel?
I can't say particular thing, but before making this conversation video, I was making videos like 10 to 12, as I said. They are all bilingual thing, bilingual because teaching our my audience through my native language, Telugu. So I should showcase some sort of conversational videos also to introduce in my channel. So that's why I started this approaching you, especially for making conversational video. So I hope this will create some impact, uh, some sort of people. So at least one people is enough for me, because it helps a lot
Yes,
everybody.
yeah, nowadays, one thing, conversation videos getting lot of views too, because nowadays people are like to watch conversation videos. So how long they are watch solo videos, listening tips, because each and every spoken English learners giving tips, just follow reading, listening, that LSRW, repeated things only going on. When it comes to conversation, they are only giving tips too. So when we are uploading these kind of conversation, it is a real conversation, human interaction, no? While we are speaking, if we fumble miss, it also recorded. If we make any mistake, it also recorded. It is a natural conversation. This is the conversation people are expecting, because without editing something, no. So I think people are just love to watch your videos too. So keep on doing that, break a leg, and I wish you all the very best for your new journey.
It's like putting out the reality in front of audience, right? Yeah.
Yes.
What inspired you most, ma'am, to to start a channel, like a person or
Okay, actually, when it comes to my beginning stage, I didn't have any idea to start a YouTube channel. That was some incident, it naturally happened in my life. I started it, but I won't show my face there, because I didn't reveal my face too. I only uploaded some voiceover videos like that. You know the girl named Siri Ramala? She was from Telangana.
I know,
You know,
ma'am. This,
I think she's also comes under my same age. So she inspired me a lot to not to open a YouTube channel. She inspired me a lot to start to learn this language, especially then after I revealed up my face. So she's the one who inspired me a lot, and just her impact was great. So that's why I'm doing it.
yeah, ma'am. That's great. I watched her videos also. It's completely in English language. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
You have any other questions, ma'am?
No, that's it. I think right now you are making this conversation, but you have a little bit hesitation to speak out, because it's natural. This is your first conversation. I hope that if you make 10 conversation with different kind of people, then you will automatically get the confidence and ideas to interact with people. So while you are interacting with people, just be friendly, okay? Just see as your friend is talking in front of you. That's it, okay? If you follow this means, definitely you will improve a lot. So this is my kind suggestion for you, and wish you all the very best. So let's wind up the session.
And before winding up, I want to spread my gratitude towards you because you accepted my request at the very beginning. So it's worth a lot, I think. So this, I think you have shared a valuable insights to our audience and also. So it's very interesting thing to interact with a tutor like you. So I hope I learned many things from your side, and also I come to know how you get into the manifestation and all. So thank you for sharing your valuable time with me and around people. And this is also going to spread to a lot of people who are watching out there. So I hope this will reach a positive insight for everybody out there for learning English language for the very first time or beginning their journey to learn English language. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
of course, of course. Actually, thank you so much for reaching out me and having this conversation. Yes, I hope that this video will helpful for a lot of people, especially your subscribers too. So when it comes to manifestation, I think we won't speak a lot in this conversation. So next month, after a month, we will have another session. So we will talk briefly in that. So I hope that you will improve a lot. You will improve a lot after again you will meet in a session. So I wish you all the very best and thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.